remember.
So you've talked about the belt system. Why don't you explain how does the belt system work in martial arts in general, but in jiu-jitsu specifically?
Okay, so the belt system basically it dictates the skill level of the student. At least in jiu-jitsu, that's how we determine the skill level. But I can't speak for a lot of the other schools and the other coaches. People have their own systems and how they approach, how they teach and rank the students. But like I said, I come from that era. And jiu-jitsu for me is a form of combat. Yeah, I love all jiu-jitsu. I love the sports side of it. I love doing all of it. But I believe that when I teach you, Vance, you need to learn how to defend yourself. You need to learn how to be a fighter, a warrior. So I make sure that when I rank people is based off of if they can defend themselves or not, especially the very first rank, which is the first rank for an adult, the blue belt, right? There are 4 stripes between each ranks. Some coaches do stripes, some coaches don't, I like it because I think the student can kind of know he's progressing, so I'll say average is maybe 1 or 2 stripes a year and average about 2 to 3 years per rank. So that's kind of like our average out,
and so just to explain, you have the white belt when people walk in, and then when you, like you described, when you know how to defend yourself, now you're a blue belt.
Yes.
But that is just the very beginning. Now, if a white belt goes against a blue belt, you have almost no chance of beating the blue belt.
In my schools, yes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there
is an exception. Okay. So if you get like a phenomenal wrestler, for example, has a good base, you're not going to be able to submit him real well. I can see him smashing a lot of blue belts, It just happened at ADCC a couple weeks ago.
Well, but for the most part, at least my experience has been, if I walk in there, I'm not assuming that I'm going to lose to the blue belt, but I know that I'm about to get a lesson in what not to do.
Exactly.
And then from blue belt, it goes up to purple belt.
Yes. And that's the mid-level rank.
Right.
I tell everybody, every time I get somebody a purple belt, I look the person in the eye, says, you better not fucking quit on me right now. Because to me, it's the belt of point of no return.
Really?
Yes.
So explain that.
The purple belt is when you start to achieve the high level. It's a transition from the low level student to the high level student. So I honestly think the purple belt is the most important belt in jiu-jitsu, because that belt's going to dictate if you're going to become a black belt or not. Most people quit at white and blue, and that's pretty sure about that, as my experience as a coach. And I'm sure that if you look online, there's a lot of memes and jokes about that too,
Right.
But for some people, they just want to be proficient and they quit. And I understand that,
And purple belt is enough that, so the guy that I see at one of your gyms, I go on Wednesday night, guy named Steve, he has a purple belt.
Yes.
And it feels as though there's nothing I can do to him. It's like when you get to purple belt, that's when you're a magician, and now you can do magical things.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter like what position you start in, the purple belt is going to win, and he's gonna have fun doing it.
Yes, that's exactly how it is. The purple belts are like, okay, this guy can actually give me a tussle, even though they talk about my level. Okay, the purple belt can present some challenge to me now, and so he's ready for that rank.
Okay.
And I believe, and then the other ranks, the brown and the black, they're just basically, these guys are pro belts and they're training hard and they're coming through. So now he's a brown belt. And then later on, he's actually, so the black belt is more like, to me, it's more like, is this person responsible enough to carry the black belt and represent my lineage, where I came from,
So is that the way that somebody describes their black belt? I got a Mike Rethmeyer black belt.
Yeah. I mean, the lineage in jiu-jitsu is huge because it comes back from the traditional background from from feudal Japan and, the feudal class. And
thanks for checking out this podcast short. The rest of the interview is on my page, or you can listen to the audio version at the Vance Crowe Podcast.